Good afternoon, everyone. It's day 6 of the Modiragatsi competition, and we are so excited to join you for another week. And I really hope that you're enjoying yourselves. It looks that way if I look at what's going on in the WhatsApp groups. So I hope my deductions are correct, that you are enjoying yourself. And I really like how you are really assisting each other. Remember, you may ask any questions you may have on the chat. Also, remember, if you haven't done so yet and you are interested in joining us for the Femgineering event, there were a number of you asking whether it's only for grade 10 to 12 girls. While we focus primarily on grade 10 to 12 girls, please do not hesitate to join us if you are in grades 8 or 9. It's equally important for you to know how your subject choices in grade 10 will actually influence your decisions on what you will be able to study one day. So even if you're not in grade 10, 11, or 12, and you still want to join us for the Femgineering event, please register. You're more than welcome to join us. Remember that I told you that you'll be hearing about what engineering is, what we do in each of the different disciplines, typical places where you can go and work. You'll also have the opportunity to do some live hands-on projects with the various disciplines. We will also, since the theme is See You Be Brave, you will have some live self-defense classes. And then there's also a fully loaded goodie bag. I've just ordered them today, so I'm really excited to have them arrive, pack them, and distribute them to everyone that registered for the Femgineering event. Yeah, so if you're at all interested or just curious about what engineers do, please join us for that event. Also remember that on the Monday of the Femgineering event, we will announce the top or the winners of this year's Modiragatsi competition. And then we also had a competition today to see all of your creative ways in which you tackled the puzzle challenge of Friday in terms of computational thinking, the Codemaster board game. And since you didn't have the board game, I asked you to make your own board game or board game pieces to solve the puzzles with. And I must say, I was really pleasantly surprised to see what you have done in terms of the game design. So this morning I told you that the idea that sparked, or the post that sparked my idea to give you a prize for your efforts in that regard was from Tsegofatsu. But in the meantime, Tsegofatsu told me that she actually got the idea, or she shared the video that was made by Retsipile. So our official first winner in the category, or for the overall attempt at the Codemaster competition or game, goes to Retsipile. And then for the various categories, we've selected one winner for each of them, apart from Retsipile. So in the category Nature Conservation and Tourism, the first official prize of the socks coming your way goes to Tsegofatso then. Then in the category Food, Energy and Water, we have selected Tasneem Alam. In the category Health, it's Amy Vokrod. And then in Gender-Based Violence, it's Marikeza Makutsane. And then in Township Economy, it's Carla Maria. So thank you so much. Thank you for sharing all of your ideas. Please don't stop sharing them. I love seeing how each of you did it in your own very creative way, and how you used the world around you to interpret those puzzles. Okay, I don't see any questions yet. Please post your questions if you see or if you have any. Today you were focused on user experience design, and I hope you learned a lot about the world around you and how the designers had to think about how you would interact with their products, you as the user. And I think you might have realized that, especially that door example, I was quite impressed that I'm not the only one trying to push and pull on doors that are actually supposed to open the other way. And yeah, so firstly, I asked you to look for products all around you that you have used or are using that are either examples of good user experience design or bad user experience design. And then I also asked you to reflect on your own product that you are now developing as part of the Modiragatsi competition, and asked you to look at 4 ways in which you can ensure that you are actually designing a product that will be an example of good user experience design. Tomorrow we move on to mobile application development, and you will have a brief and short overview of the various ways in which mobile applications are developed, the things that go into it, and you will also complete some of the phases of mobile app development. Unfortunately, we do not have enough time to have you build your own mobile application in the school version of this, just because the access to technology is not necessarily that easy for all of you. But those of you that have the technology available, if you are interested, you will see that there's a link tomorrow that will be made available tomorrow for you to complete the Mendix app development course. That is not a requirement for this competition, but if you have time and you have the resources available in terms of a laptop computer to do the exercises on, you can complete that course additionally and have that experience as well. Then after mobile app development, on Wednesday, we will focus on intellectual property, and that is sponsored by Kesha IP. The videos they have prepared for you are really nice. You will also look for examples of protectable intellectual property in your own project. That will be on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, sponsored by the NWU Business School, you will look into how to start a business with your idea and how to package that idea in a way that people can actually understand. That will be the theme for Thursday. And Friday, you will spend some time working on your final application. And we will be available to you to answer your questions and to guide you and give you feedback if you still have some questions. You can then continue working on Saturday and then submit your final Modiragatsi entry on Sunday, which will then be judged by our panel of judges. So we are starting to get to the end point at a really fast pace. So I hope you will still with us and you're still participating and learning as we go. Our first question is about scholarships and whether there are any scholarships up for grabs. And if a team wins it, will it be available to both team members? And the answer is yes. The top 5 or the 5 category winning teams will have an opportunity to be considered for a scholarship from Siemens themselves. So Siemens will be selecting the scholarship winners themselves, and then if they select you, then it will be applicable to both team members. So since Siemens is the name sponsor and the ones that will be sponsoring that scholarship to study towards a degree in engineering, yes, it is definitely available, and it will be available to the category winners, and they themselves will be the contracting party with you if you are the winners. So it will definitely be available to both team members. And then Louis asked, in terms of the Mendix Rapid Developer certification, I will post more information on the accelerator group that is specifically now for the students who are participating in the accelerator. I will post details on the registration form for the certification, what should be submitted there. But yes, unfortunately, you only have one exam opportunity. I myself, when I wrote the exam, also had only one exam opportunity because they only sponsor one exam. So if you fail the exam, then you need to pay to rewrite it. So really study beforehand. It's not a very difficult exam to write. You can ask some of the students who have completed it earlier today or yesterday. I've seen a few by now having submitted their certificates. So the main reason is that the sponsor, Siemens and Mendix, are only sponsoring you for one exam opportunity. So it's not us giving you that restriction, it is the sponsors themselves. I think the main reason is that they don't want people to write the test the first time just to see what the answers are like, and then rewrite it a second time and getting everything right. If you really participated in the exam, then or in the course and did all of the exercises yourself and answered the questions at the end of each of the sections, then the exam is not really more difficult than that. It covers the same topics in the same weight. So yeah, if you want to prepare better, you will see that all of the Mendix material is downloadable in PDF format. So I made sure that before my exam, I ensured that I had a good night's rest. And then also read through all of the material once again. And then I wrote the exam. And then it's really not difficult to get the sub-minimum marks required for the exam. Okay. Annalena asks, what if you didn't create game pieces and you just visualize the game in your mind? That is also perfectly fine. And it was definitely not a requirement. I just wanted those of you who really went through the effort of actually creating something and creating a cool setup to share it with us, because I was inspired by the one. So if you haven't done that yet, and if you don't want to share your idea anymore, you don't have to share more photos of this game. We just use it to get the lucky draw prizes for today. Tomorrow, since you'll be focusing on mobile app development, I will also ask you to do some mock-ups or create some mock-ups of your typical mobile app for your project. And regardless of whether it's an app as a product, you can also use an app as a way to sell your product or to give information about your product. So tomorrow, again, I will ask you to upload a screenshot of your design to the WhatsApp group. Um, at, Towards the end of the day, we will again select one of them for each of the categories as a category winner. So it's just to show other people in your group how much creativity you have and to show that you're actively participating. We will also be looking at the submissions that you're making to the site itself. So it is really just a way of distributing prizes in a fair and fun way. We will also again have a social media post to make tomorrow. You had one to make today. If you are using social media, remember to use the hashtags and remember to tag us so that it's easier for us to track those posts of yours. But we will again have such an opportunity tomorrow. Again. Hi, Papalo. Nice seeing you again. Papalo asks, what are you supposed to submit on Sunday? By Sunday, you will submit one document with your plan in words of what is your plan in terms of your product that will address the problem that you have been dealing with, and you will submit a video of you pitching your idea. So those two things you will be submitting Sunday based on all of the information that you will have until Thursday. So on Friday morning, I will give you some feedback and tips in terms of some of the submissions we've seen to date, in terms of either the videos that you entered with or the documents that you have submitted for activity 1.6 as a basis for your report. You will just expand on that slightly in your final submission. But yes, you will submit a video and a very, very short report that will be used for the judging. Hi, Tegan, you're asking whether the video should have the angle of getting an investor type of pitch. Yes, it will be an investor type of pitch. The main reason being that that level of pitch is more appropriate to a wider audience, to explain your problem really well, to explain why it is a problem, what your idea is, and how your idea addresses that without going into the science bit too much, and rather focusing on the things that are really important and why this product will be a good idea. So in an innovation effort, you always want to end up in selling that idea or having users use it, even if it's for free. So yes, it will be an investor type of pitch. And on Thursday, you will get more than enough information about how to create an investor pitch and how to do it in 10 slides only. If you're using slides, it doesn't mean that you need to use slides. If you're only going to use your cell phone to make the video and you're not going to use visual aids in terms of slides that you're narrating or using in combination with your video recording of your face, then it is also still absolutely fun, but it will help you focus on the right content for the right amount of time. But you really don't need to worry about that now. More information on Thursday. The lecturer for that, Orabile, is currently uploading his data onto the Ifundi site, and we will make it available to you on Thursday. Okay. Tegan, you're asking a follow-up question on that. So, like I said, please watch, keep your eyes peeled for the information in terms of pitching your idea, and that will be one of the content areas on Thursday, and then also it will be part of the description listed under developing your final idea. So more information will become available towards the end of the week. It is just important for you to still have the information or have the background that you will receive in terms of intellectual property and building a business before you start building that final slide deck. So please do not do that without the context, because otherwise you will have to redo things or rethink a lot of the content that might be very difficult to rethink if you're stuck in a specific way of thinking already. So please, Tegan, I promise you will have more than enough time to work on this on Friday. On Friday, I won't be keeping you busy with any other content apart from you really focusing on your pitch and practicing that and uploading that as your final submission. Hi, Lesedi, you're asking that when you are a team entering, would you need to submit different videos or different content? Will you be submitting the same one? If you're a team and it is a topic that uh, is closely linked to what you have to do in terms of your own product, then it totally makes sense that you do it as a team and upload it, just both of you uploading it, the same content. But if it is an individual task, like for instance, Friday's code master activity, that was something that you each needed to do individually. So then it would make sense to do it on your own. But in most cases going forward, it would typically be something that you guys would have done as a team, since it is based on your own product, and then you just submit the content twice, just for us to make sure that both team members are actually participating and that it's not one person doing all of the work and the other one is absent or having a nice vacation this week. So it is just for us to double check that everyone is actually connected and working and that you are participating actively. we have a question from Neo about how we will judge our top social media influencer. And the answer is quite short. We will monitor the hashtags to find the posts that you are making. We will then look at the post reach. So that is based on how many shares and likes a post received to spread the word about our competition and what you're learning. Because remember, we want to encourage girls in your communities and the girls that you know to enter the competition next year, because we will be running this competition each year. And while it will be fun to have you guys back to join us next year, we hope that we can reach more girls next year or different girls next year and help them gain new skills. So the whole idea is to spread the word about the competition that our university is hosting. Spread the word that you're actually learning something, that you are gaining new skills that you can now apply, and that you are starting to change the world by creating positive role models within your community. Because remember, we want you guys to be the role models that other girls in your community can look up to and that you can mentor in future. So we will select the winner based on this the post reach. And so, yes, it's not all about how you are creating the post, but if that post is a good post, people will actually like it and share it. And if it is a message worth reading, people will spend time on it. So while we will not judge that specifically, that is important for you to judge or to create a good post so that people would actually like and share it. So we will then select the winner of this social media influencer award while the judges are evaluating the final entries after the training week. And then we will also announce the top social media influencer during the event, the Femgineering event on the 9th of August. Apart from specific individuals making posts, also remember that we would like to encourage schools to encourage their girls and support their girls. So we will also be giving an award for the most supportive school or the most responsive school in terms of the Modiragatsi competition. So we are watching your social media pages of the different schools that have participants in the competition. And we will then also be announcing the top school, social engaging school at the end of the competition, and that will also be announced on the 9th of August. So we really appreciate the schools that have tagged us so far and that are really spreading the word about the competition and our initiatives. We really appreciate that. And I promise you that at least for the school that go through the effort of really spreading the word, it will be a worthwhile prize. We will be sponsoring a 3D printer for the school whose social media page specifically spreads the word about this competition the best. Okay, I think the questions are starting to slow down now. So please, if you have some questions that you still are burning to ask, please ask them. Otherwise, this is your 5-minute warning that we will stop the live content in 5 minutes. Our 5 minutes are up. This is the end of our day 6 live check-in. Please get a good night's rest, and tomorrow we will spend the day on mobile application development. I hope you look forward to that. Please remember to make a social media post about what you're learning, share your enthusiasm about this competition and the content with your friends. And also remember that if you haven't registered for the Femgineering event, please do so now. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.